Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today I want to go over kind of the overall market. We're going to look at the Nasdaq, S&P 500, some individual companies that are tech companies, and then we have a big picture view on some of these tech companies and how ridiculous they look. They're all going vertical. So I think we're in a blow-off stage of a bubble. I mean, obviously, if you look at the charts, they just go vertical up. And that's kind of what I wanted to get across. And I don't chase price, I chase value. And right now, the stock market is highly priced against all other assets. So I'm not really looking at it. I'm just watching it to see what it's doing, to see. I would have guessed that this bubble would have already popped, but it's going longer than what I thought. That's for sure. So let's look at the charts. I'll give you my financial opinion. And let's take a look. I'll show you what I'm seeing here. So here's the Nasdaq composite here. We have this kind of tightening up pattern that was developing. We broke to the downside. And I don't know how it keeps doing it, but it's actually moving to the upside here, and again making new highs. So it's quite dumbfounding sometimes when you get this nice pattern set up, you break it to the downside, and it's like someone just comes in and buys it all up. But at least that's the Nasdaq. It continues to go higher, and the S&P 500 had the same pattern. It came up, we had this little pullback, and that's all she can muster, this big pattern. It's this little pullback, and we're moving on up again. The money has and is flowing still into these we'll call it categories, asset categories, stocks. Has not stopped flowing in yet, and maybe it won't. Now here's the CRB Index. I just threw that in there to show you guys kind of what it looks like. It was kind of moving up a little bit into a little bit of a tightening pattern, not too much, and then it broke to the upside, pulled back a little bit recently. Here's Apple. Apple's in this channel going back and forth. We've got Amazon. Amazon is also in a channel going sideways over time. We'll see which way that thing breaks. And here's Meta Platforms, which used to be Facebook. Moving on up. This is squeezing into a pattern, and it broke to the downside. So this looks like it's pretty bearish to me, not bullish. We've got the trade desk, and the trade desk does not look all that great. Looks like we've got lower highs, and then I'm just waiting for these lows to kind of blow out to the downside. Then we'll have lower lows, which is a new downtrend. Then we've got Roku, which looks like it's putting in a lower low right now. So we've got a double top, and we're breaking and making a lower low. This could move quite a bit lower. So we're seeing weakness throughout the tech stocks in terms of Roku showing weakness. The trade desk doesn't look all that great. We've got Facebook, which is looking kind of weak, breaking to the downside. Amazon's not really going anywhere. So I don't know what's pushing this stuff higher. I don't know what the Federal Reserve or whoever's doing it is buying. But I did look at some other companies, and I think I figured out what they were buying. Microsoft, look at this chart, guys. I mean, does that look normal to you? Just going straight vertical. I think we're getting close to the end of it, but Apple, it has, if you look at a big picture view, has gone quite vertical. And these are things that I would not be sticking money in. I mean, not when they're up this high. Here's Nvidia. Nvidia Corporation, that looks pretty vertical to me. Whenever you turn that corner and start going vertical, I get scared out of these things. And here's Tesla. Tesla's obviously gone vertical here. That looks like a last phase, like a first wave, third wave, and then the fifth wave. Looks like it's about done. But that's what I have for today in terms of looking at the overall sector or markets. I'm not in any of these. I just look at them every once in a while to see what they're doing. I haven't really shared all this with the channel for a while, but they're still going strong. They're still all going vertical, and I'm not chasing after this stuff. So I stick with my commodities that are at almost 100-year lows still, versus these guys, which are at all-time record highs in terms of valuations against commodities, valuations against real estate, valuations against basically anything. They are screaming overvalued valuations. If you guys like this analysis, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.